Welcome back to another day here on the Lorcana Pixelborn Client. Today we are Steel in control with our blue steel deck. I know, slightly unoriginal, only because, and I kid you not, I have several decks built out, lined out for the next few days, and I started seeing variants of this style of deck popping up over the last few days. And now today's the day when I finally get around to doing it. And now I feel like, dang it. So this deck is, thankfully it's a little different. It's got a slightly different angle than what you may have been seeing. We care about Chief Bogo and we care about the floodborn. We're rocking 5 floodborn characters to make Chief Bogo just a little bit better. And we also care about Shift, Hercules, Tinkerbell, Cinderella. All 3 of these are shift targets. I do have the little guys in the deck for it to make that a little quicker. So we're trying to be just slightly more aggressive. We do compete for the turn 4 pretty heavily between these 4 right here. They all want to hit that turn 4 thanks to the shift. But being able to resist is going to be really fantastic for the steel metagame right now. I almost considered changing this deck to something slightly different. And I may end up slotting that in tomorrow instead of my normal deck that I already have lined up. Just get ahead of the curve. But resist for the steal, Flaversham for the card draw, and effectively we just want to control the board with our removal, with controlling the hands, and dominate the board with our characters. That's what makes Steel so good. His Steel's removal is largely one-sided removal, so you get to keep your board while your opponent loses theirs. That's what's so great about it. We are going for the Fishbone, largely because I didn't want to put in too many items, and Fishbone's actually a pretty decent item here. But the Fishbone helps make the whole new world just a little bit more devastating. Just a slight little bonus there. Let's jump in, see if we can win a few. Okay. Discard. If I can get us up to a whole new world, we should actually be pretty decent against discard. Ramp doesn't hurt either. Let's get rid of these big drops. I want to try to go fast. Okay, well, I got my shift targets. I don't know if it's going to be fast enough, but we're going to try. Cinderella, Cinderella. Opponent shouldn't have any items. Except possibly like Beastmere, but I doubt that's being played. I haven't seen it in the meta in a long time. Cinderella. Another Benja. Interesting. I will also play a Cinderella. Ooh, I like you two, but I think Prince is going to be better. I got a lot of stuff competing for that turn 3. It's definitely going to be a Tinkerbell. Because with the Tinkerbell down, I have a shift. Tink can sing the song. Opponent's going for Tinkerbell as well. Well, if opponent's going to go for Tinkerbell, I might just trade the Cinderellas. Yep, let's do it. Let's get the Cindy's off the board. Opponent and I are playing the exact same game right now. I would be very curious to know if his hand is also all steel. I mean, he inked a couple of greens and discarded a green, but could be all steel now at this point. Here comes the Tinkerbell. And here comes the Tinkerbell. Opponent and I are playing the exact same game. That is too funny. There goes their Cinderella. Okay, they actually have removal for my Tinkerbell. Man, opponent's doing really good with their whole new worlds. I'm doing abysmally with them, but opponent's doing good. Opponent's likely going to have a ton of removal. Even swords. If I could get Hercules down, that would be sweet. But I'm not going to be able to. Ooh, sorry, Flaversham. I think you're just not going to cut it this game. Alright, try to go a little wide, but let's hope. Hope the opponent doesn't got the board wipes. Wiping the boards. Ah, a lot of ping damage. Okay, that makes sense. It's the beast deck. It's not the discard deck. So I could really use a Cogsworth. Speak of the devil. Definitely gonna get Hercules out though. Just to make things a little bit more tidy for him. Fortunately, let's see, resist 2. So he's still gonna take 2 damage from taking out that Tinkerbell. So I need to get the Cogsworth down before he can attack. Oop. The 2 damage isn't going to be enough for anything, is it? Prince can sing it. No, I just need to wait for my Cogsworth. And then Hercules can take out both the Tinkerbells before he's gone. Oh, man, opponent has all of the Tinkerbells. Alright, let's get Cogsworth in play. Alright, now Tinkerbell's extra damaging ability doesn't do anything. Can't target Cogsworth, and the other 2 have resist 2 or greater. Okay, here we go. Is that 3 tinks or 4 tinks? It's just 3 tinks. It's almost safe enough to play a beast. Almost. So hope opponent doesn't have Ring the Bell. That'll deal with Hercules. I feel like they would have played it last turn if they had it. Okay. Let's see what's behind door number 1. Guess we're taking a popsicle. This Flavershim actually doesn't do anything with my hand. I have to imagine opponent has a ton of ways to do a single point of damage. But Cogsworth makes it impossible. Alright, let's get Big Tink down. I think I'm inking you. Could have considered keeping it to heal the Hercules. Maybe. 3 damage for a steel deck should be tough. Because right now, even their strength of a raging fire doesn't do enough. They need another character in play, which they could do. Another point of damage. Opponent's going for it. Opponent is going. Okay, Beast is practically at... Well, never mind. Okay, Beast is... Oh, no, his board's dead. Double swords, his board is dead. Man, they made great work out of that beast. That's tough to do. I will award my opponent with a small applause, because that is actually really hard to do to make Beast work, especially as many times as they did during that turn. There's the 1 point damage on Herc. They should have quested first. Alright, we'll sing one. And we'll cast the other. There goes their board. I will get Popsicle down. I'm going to use the Popsicle and heal the Cogsworth. I will quest. Now, I haven't seen a big Cinderella. There's only one that we were forced to get rid of. Alright, I think it's Cinderella time. No, I don't want the Tinkerbell. Could ink, but I won't. I have Cogsworth. That should give some of my characters some resiliency to survive whatever my opponent's going to do. It would take 2 grab your swords to defeat Cinderella. That's pretty, you don't want to be in that position. Can't believe we've only seen 1 Cogsworth as well. There's 3 in the deck. Cinderella, Cinderella. Somehow I have less cards than my opponent. Okay, Beast doesn't do anything. Or Robin Hood, sorry. Beast does do a thing. If I could do some damage to it, I should. Could just get rid of it. Cogsworth doesn't give him self-resist, though. I do have Bodyguard. Have to be careful, though, of big Cinderella being able to just attack out of nowhere. Can I deal with it? Can I do both? I can get rid of Beast. Definitely hit Cinderella. I sing this. 2, 4, 9. So I need to ink something else. I'm inking a prince. Alright, we're going to get rid of Beast. I don't want my opponent to be able to draw out of this. I'm going to ink a prince. Just to see what... Oh, it's a Cogsworth. Oh, it's a Cogsworth. Does that change anything? Probably not, because I'm going to use this to probably take down their Cinderella. I'm going to have 6 characters. That's only 4 damage. So I'll need another character off the top. And I think I'd rather have a Beast, honestly. Draw more cards. Thanks to the Bodyguard and the Cogsworth. Feeling okay. Can't just attack my Cogsworth to death. They have to get through the prince first. Okay. So I have to take out this guy, which I can do. Now, if I play the Cinderella first, I can also attack the Robin Hood. Let's see. Beast defeats you without taking any damage. Somebody will take a point of damage here. I think that's fine. Then I will shift you out. I will sing a song. I don't have to actually sing it. Defeat Cheshire Cat. Now Cinderella can defeat Robin Hood. And it's just race for the finish line at this point. Alright, I got plus 11. Opponent has to win right now or I win the game. Or they have to have a removal. A swords does defeat the little Cinderella. Ooh. I'm giving away the new Rise of the Floodborn booster box this month, January. I'll be giving them away February 4th-ish during a live stream. All you have to do is make sure that you are subscribed, a member of the Discord channel, and most importantly, share each and every video that you come across. Those three things is all you need. That'll get you in for the raffle. We'll be doing the live stream again in February, early February. Don't miss your chance to win a free booster box. The mirror match. Okay. We'll see how much of a mirror it is. Okay, I got a lot of the top end stuff. Let's just get rid of the entire hand. I don't want anything to do with this hand. That's a little better. It's a little better. Wow, you never see that card. Okay, I actually think it's fairly worth it to ink this. I think our best friend's going to be the Fishbone Quill to get ahead of our opponent. Got to keep as much inkable in my hand as possible. And I think ultimately if I were to cast that, I would just be looking for something else to ink instead. So what do you do? Do you ink the thing or do you find something else to ink? And while it's not nearly as likely with this deck, you could see two uninkables on the top. And so when you really want that uninkable, you're trading it for nothing. All right, Maleficent for 3. This might be a more aggro version. Still cares about Cindy. Wouldn't mind a 2-drop. It's not gonna break us by any means. We're very slow right now. Ooh, we're so slow right now. Alright, Beast actually probably won't do anything in this game because our opponent's playing Steel. I do got the resist Cogsworth, but that is a long ways off. Goofy. I would expect a lot more ramp from my opponent right now. I was gonna say they got the Fishbone. It's not the Fishbone. Alright, that provides us with an opportunity. Where were you last turn, young lady? Ink, play, ink. Why am I giving those up? Because hopefully we'll just have the ink. That's the goal. We're just going to have the ink to play the stuff. I don't need to shift. And shifting is one of those things where it takes an extra turn. I'd rather not take an extra turn. I'd rather just get my stuff down and going. Opponents had lots of turns, though, to just take advantage of how slow of a start this was. Start with the Chief. Alright, see if my opponent's got the removal they need. Now the challenging bit is, do we start with Cogsworth? It helps protect the Bogo from a swords. The Cogsworth will take the damage. Cogsworth is also good against Tinkerbell if opponent has a Tinkerbell. Ooh. Is opponent gonna have a whole new world? They just might. They might have a whole new world. Also a Shift Cinderella, but the Shift Cinderella is not nearly as threatening. And I can't attack the little Cinderella because of the bodyguard. The only reason the Shift Cinderella is not nearly as threatening is because it costs pretty much all of their ink. So they'd have to have a cheap song they can sing, which they could. Donald Duck could sing the, Let the Storm Rage On. Nice. Gonna heal a Cindy? We're just gonna leave it. They're feeling really safe with that bodyguard. Alright, if I play you, defeats the two little guys. Now, neither of their characters do any damage to any of my characters, except for Cogsworth. They could take 1 point here. But let's just defeat the Donald Duck and be done with it. Pass turn. Chief Bogo coming in clutch. So far he's done like, what, 6 points of damage across the board without even attacking? 8 with his attack? Alright, Tinkerbell officially no longer does any damage to my characters. Cares enough to heal the one. Fox? Quest for 2, doesn't he? He does. I'd love to see you attack me. That would be hilarious. Does quest. Well, Flaversham could find some songs. Like a swords would be fantastic right now. Take out one of the nicks. I mean, either way, I'm taking out a nick, right? Should probably get a Hercules down. That takes out a nick all by himself. Ink the Tink. Still holding on to the Flaversham. If I draw dead, Flaversham is draw 2. The only downside is it costs 4. Alright, there's lots of ways to get punked by this. 2 damage and I draw a floodborn. Let's try it. Nope, not a floodborn, but still no floodborns. I'm not going to draw the whole new world. Play you in bodyguard. Plus 10's not good enough still. But it's close. Cerberus. Cerberus and Hercules. That's nice smash. Whoops. My Hercules has resist 5. So Cerberus doesn't do any damage to it. Yeah, I think I just play you, man. I don't have a song to go with you. Cogsworth takes you down now. Plus with everything else. Alright, I got a pretty... Cinderella has resist 4! She has to... Resist 4. You have to do 5 points of damage to do a single point. That's wild. Right against the meta deck. Going first though. That's huge. Oh, and I got Hercules into Hercules. Okay, I got to turn 4 swords, which won't be the biggest thing. I'd prefer to actually be Tinkerbell against this meta, because this matchup, they're going to have 3 toughness. But hard to complain with the hand. Benja won't do much unless they get Spellbook early. I think I'm actually overall happy with the hand, and Benja will be the guy that I'm going to get rid of. Funny enough, Popsicle and... Develop Your Brain are largely in the deck, so there's something to do on turn 1, so that's fantastic to see that there. And also the Flaversham. It's all coming together. How could we possibly lose this game? Ah, 3 toughness, of course! Let's see, I think I definitely want to get Herc down. I don't have a turn 3 play. Do I really want to get rid of you? I'd like to keep Tinkerbell, but I have a feeling we're not going to get the 3 drop. So I'm going to ink it because I don't believe the 3-drop will come. It literally has to be the top card of our deck, which is very unlikely. And I do think our turn 3 will be the Prince. Just kind of curve out here. Ooh, a Chief Bogo, though. That's a substitute for this. So lots of turn 4. I told you, there's going to be a lot of turn 4 competition. If this comes down on turn 4, this can shift out on turn 5. And then seeing the swords, that wipes out stuff. But let's see how aggressive my opponent gets here. Oh, let's see. What do I got? 3 toughness with resist 1. It doesn't beat the fox. Let's just go normal. Doesn't beat the fox. And I'm sure that's exactly what my opponent wants to play. They would love to play a fox. Ooh, evasive, you say. Alright, I will get rid of the strength. If I can hold on to the Hiram, I will. This is Chief Bogo. I'll pass the turn one more time. Right now we're looking like a pretty decent board wipe. That evasive could be a problem. So I don't mind seeing it go. I want to see you play something else with 3 toughness. Come on, you know you want to. Here it is, 3 toughness. Something to defeat. Shift. Trigger Bogo. Sing the swords. Defeat the board. Fantastic. And get ahead. I could, but I'm going to hold on to him. Could ink it. I'm going to hold on to it. I'd rather draw cards. Now he has to take down the prince. Perfectly fine. Oh, let's see. 2 damage just isn't enough. That's probably the card I'm going to be inking if I'm being honest. Is there a way I can deal with Maui? See, I could sing this. It's 2 damage. It's the 6 damage, man. It takes down Hercules. It's enough to take down the Herc. Doing 5 or more damage all at one time is enough to wipe him out. It's possible I could get another song. Let's go for it. I will take you. And I'll force him to have another Maui. Or the board wipe, unfortunately. That's the downside with that particular card. It does line us up for a board wipe. And of course they have it. Of course they have it. I will start with Popsicle. And we'll play a Chief Bogo. Oh no, I hate when this happens. Pass the turn. Well, let's hope the things are good. Opponent's got their hand. Good. Can still hover. Alright. So far, so good. Madame Tremaine. Of any deck that we're going to struggle against, it's going to be the deck we're playing against, unfortunately. Hercules! Oh yeah, we're in a lot of trouble now. The Let It Go was both clutch and just the worst thing we could have had. It got rid of the Maui, which made it safe to do stuff, but it ramped our opponent right into the board wipe. quest, bounce, replay. I lose Hercules. Quest for 3. Can I get anything? Not really. We'll draw the popsicle. Just get an additional card. Cogsworth. Not especially effective in this matchup, but that's fine. Does give me resist 3 though. If I had a song, I could attack. Could take down the Lady Tremaine, which could be huge, but not gonna happen. Quest. Board wipe. Nice. Of course, naturally. Man, their deck is tough. You either try to play fast and get under the board wipe, and if you fail to beat them, you just kind of lose the game, which is the position we're in right now. Tried to beat them before. Or you wait a long time, you stall out, save your resources. But that means they don't have to spend their resources and they just have everything under the sun. Wow. Still the matchup that we're going to struggle with the most, for sure. And for the post-game wrap, it's going to be a little shorter today. Like I said, I've been seeing this color combo rising in popularity lately. And I don't want to oversaturate too much. So, it's fun. Ranked is challenging. Obviously, Ruby Amethyst is still the bane of this deck, right? You know, it's the powerhouse. It crushes like every deck except for one, and then the one deck rises in popularity, and you think it would go away, but no, its win rate is still just fantastic. It doesn't matter if it loses to that deck or not. Then it's just closer and still better than every other deck who has, you know, multiple bad matchups. So. Can't be afraid that there's a Ruby Amethyst. My personal play pattern is I get into a game, I see Ruby Amethyst, I concede immediately because it's not worth the 20 minutes to play a game that you can't win. So, you don't play those games. What would I change in the deck? There's probably lots to change. Honestly, I just really like Chief Bogo. I think he's absolutely fantastic, but I don't think he's meta. I don't think he's competitive enough to be viable, and I just really wanted to play with him. That was really the heart of this deck. The resist is huge, obviously, but I just wanted to play with Chief Bogo, if I'm just being honest here. But that's going to do it. Thank you guys so much for watching. There are links in the description down below for the Discord and for the deck list if you want to check it out yourself. That's going to do it. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys tomorrow.